So today I recorded my very first YouTube video. That's going to be a series of daily videos coming out. So every day I want to record a new video that gets uploaded to YouTube. And I did the first one, and after filming the first one, a couple hours passed, and I felt like I had the energy and the excitement and the enthusiasm to record the next one, right? The next one today being the same day. And what that did is it reminded me of a business concept that I learned from my mentor, Ty Lopez, a couple months ago. And that concept is swing from vine to vine. Now, what does this mean? So let me tell you a quick story. A couple months ago, I was in Copenhagen with Ty. We were working on a project and we launched an offer. In fact, we had launched offers back to back to back. And as we were doing it, we were getting more results and more momentum every single day. And what happened is Ty was flying to Cannes in the south of France. And I wasn't meant to be going with him, but as we were walking late at night, the night before he was leaving, we were going through results of the latest test we had done. And he said to me a lesson which I'll always remember. He said, a principle of business is when you have momentum, you hold on to the momentum and you keep it going. You be like Tarzan, you swing from vine to vine. So this is my really bad drawing of Tarzan swinging from vine to vine, but a nice image and reference for you to always remember when it comes to momentum and business. And it doesn't just have to relate to business. It can relate to your health. Once you have momentum with your body, if you're getting in shape, right? Let's say you're trying to get a six-pack and you start to see momentum, you start to see progress, you start to see your body changing, you start to see the numbers coming down on the scale. Well, at that stage, you might want to consider continuing the momentum and not giving up on that trajectory that you are on, right? So I want to cover very quickly 3 things that business owners and people do, mistakes that they make when it comes to keeping momentum, as well as how you can actually build momentum if you are just starting out, you don't have any momentum, maybe you're at a low point, maybe you're in a little bit of a rut right now. So let me show you exactly what these 3 points are. So the very first one is, I'm going to call this the back to the wall principle. The back to the wall principle. So what is the back to the wall principle? And I realize I just turned my back to the camera. But the back to the wall principle is essentially this. Oftentimes you see in business, a business owner will get into some trouble, right? Maybe it's coming to the end of the month and they got bills due. Maybe they got to pay salaries. Maybe they need cash flow. Whatever it is. And what you're going to find is when the business owner has their back to the wall, what do? Well, miraculously, they take some action. Usually it's chaotic, crazy action, and they actually get results and they just make it, right? They just make the payroll. They just make enough money to pay back, pay their invoices, or they just make enough money to take the next step, right? They make the money that they need. And then what happens is they don't continue with those actions that got them the results. So this principle essentially is the things you did that got you the results, you should continue to do them, right? Back to the wall principle. So when you get results because your back is to the wall, well, you should continue actually doing those actions that got you out of that sticky situation in the first place. It's crazy to me that business owners don't do this, right? They make money one month and they don't continue the action, which takes me to my very next point. Point number 2. And point number 2 is the principle of doubling down. Double down. So what is doubling down? Doubling down is when you're running an experiment or when you take an action and you're getting great results, what you should do is you should double down, right? That means put more energy, put more effort into it, essentially doubling down on what's working. So let me give you an example. Let's say you're running Facebook ads and you launch 5 different ads, for example. What's going to happen is some of the ads are going to do well, some are going to do average, and some are going to do bad. So what should you do in this case? Well, what you should do to continue the momentum is double down on what's working. So the ads that are doing good, you probably want to spend more money on them. And the ads that are doing bad, you want to turn off, right? So you found a winner, you got to double down. So applies to the back to the wall principle. When you find something working in your business and it makes you money 1 month, you should continue doing it. So double down on it in the second month. So anytime you're running an experiment and you find a winner, you should double down on it. So for example, let's say you want to get more dates, right? You want to go out with more people, right? And let's say you try Tinder, let's say you try Hinge, and let's say you ask friends to give you referrals, right? To introduce you to people in their network that they know. And let's say you go to a nightclub as well. So you go out to meet people. So you've taken 4 different actions. And let's say that asking your friends for referrals gives you the most high quality dates or the most high quality leads to make it a business term. So you found out, all right, you got some dates from Tinder, you got some dates from Hinge, you got some dates from going out to the nightclub, but you actually found your best results came from friends giving you introductions to others, right? You found the most high quality people, the people you're most compatible with. Well, you should use this principle of doubling down to ask more friends for referrals. Even ask some of your dates. I don't know, maybe that's a bit controversial, but ask them for introductions. Hey, it's obviously not going to work out between us, but who do you know that you think would be suited to me? And I can introduce you to people as well, right? Make it mutually beneficial. Okay, double down. Important principle when it comes to momentum. It's essentially the action of swinging from vine to vine, continuing your process, right? Momentum is hard to build. And so that brings me to the third point. And the third point is around what to do if you have no momentum right now. What to do if you want to change your health, you want to change your energy, you want to start going out on more dates, you want to meet, someone to have kids with maybe. Maybe you want to start making more money in your business, you want to find employees. What do you do? Well, this is a principle I call small wins. Small wins. So what are small wins? What does that mean? Well, whatever you're trying to achieve, the chances are you're trying to achieve something big, right? So maybe you want to make more money. You're like, I'm at 0 right now. I want to make $10,000 a month. Well, how do you make $10,000 a month? It could seem daunting. It could seem big. It could seem like a challenge to actually achieve. So what you should do is focus on a small win. What's a small win? A small win would be something like figure out what is the next step I need to take to get the results. So the next step might be launching a website or buying a domain name. So what you could do is instead of focusing on making $10,000 a month, you could just say, what's the small win I need to focus on? The small win is buying a domain. So you could go to GoDaddy, for example, GoDaddy.com and buy a domain name. What's going to happen when you buy a domain name? Well, you've just started to get momentum working in your favor. Because once you've got the domain name, what's the next thing you need to do? Well, the next thing you need to do is find a template on Shopify, for example. So you go to shopify.com, you look at their templates, and you find one that suits your business. Now you've gone from Vine 1 to Vine 2. You're starting to swing. What's the next step? Well, the next step is finding products to go onto your website. So you could start making a list of products that you think could win, right? And you can see by taking small steps, you're getting small wins. And when you get small wins, you start to build up momentum. So for example, when it comes to your health, let's say you want to lose 10 kilograms or 20 pounds for you Americans out there. Well, what's a small win you could get right now instead of focusing on losing 10 kilograms? How could I get a small win to get me towards that goal? Well, maybe you go for a walk around the block, okay? You're taking action. Maybe you sign up to a gym, right? All these little things are getting you momentum. They're getting you small wins. And once you start getting small wins, you can double down and you can start getting massive momentum. And momentum is going to help you win. So you might have seen in games of pool or games, you might have seen it in sport games. It happens in pool a lot if you've ever played that game. But if you have ever watched professional sports, say professional football, sometimes a team can be losing, and what happens is the losing team starts to get momentum. So they get a small win, right? Maybe they get a good play. They pass the ball well to each other. And then what happens from there? Well, they get the ball up the field, and they've gone from passing well to the ball up the field in the goal area, and then they score, right? So they've just scored, and now what happens when they score? They're excited, they're celebrating, right? They're celebrating their wins. So that could be a bonus. A bonus could be celebrate. Celebrate your wins. Celebrate your wins. That's a bonus. So celebrate your wins. And so the soccer team or the football team is celebrating. They're like, yes, we just won. We just scored a goal. Now they still may be losing or they may be tying at this stage, but because they're feeling good, because they have energy, because they celebrated, they just got a small win or maybe a big win in this case. What happens now? Now they go out and they've got momentum. The crowd is on their side. The crowd is cheering, and they might score another goal and then another goal. And what's happening as they're winning, the other team is feeling more defeated and more defeated. So they're able to dominate. So think about that in business. As you get momentum and you start winning, you start getting ahead, the other team, your competitors, it's going to be more challenging for them to compete with you. So once again, appreciate your time. Thank you for listening. I hope this was a useful lesson. Always remember, swing from vine to vine. When you have momentum, you want to hold on to it, and you want to keep the momentum going. So thank you for listening. If you found this to be useful, if you would like more information like this, more business tips, more lifestyle design, more fun, freedom, and adventure content, how you can implement that into your life, simply subscribe to this channel, like this video, and comment what you would like to learn next. Comment a question I can answer for you. So thank you for your time, and I'll see you on the next one. By the way, I've got something very exciting for you coming up very soon in the next video. So if you want to see the next video and you want to make sure you don't miss it, how do you not miss it? Hit subscribe. Great opportunity for you to be part of this team. So I want you to be part of my tribe and winning together, you and me. So thank you very much. I'll see you next time.